I am not known to play that many new games a year. I tend to just play old stuff I already have with my friends. You see, I'm not actually capable of purchasing new things, because I have a medical condition called being poor. That being said, there were a couple of games I bought this year that were actually worth it. Honestly, it was hard to even come up with 8 games I bought this year. I just barely scrounged up enough to make a video about them all. Now, let's talk about the games of all time. And by all time, I mean 2023. Starting with some games I got my hands on, but weren't really my favorites. Suika Games stole 100 hours from me, and I still haven't got the goddamn watermelon. Fortnite became every game genre in one and swapped places with Minecraft, so now everyone loves Fortnite and Minecraft is shit. Silksong still isn't out, and I just have to sit here and wonder what I'm supposed to do with my life. Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe is a mouthful. That's my 3rd time trying to say it right on the recording. This is the kind of game you play with a baby sibling or your grandma. It is an easy type game. Ghost Trick made me do a big smile. Loved playing this game on my phone all those years ago. Resident Evil 4 looked very good and was fairly faithful to the original. I saw a lot of TikToks about Leon Kennedy that would get me institutionalized if I repeated what they said. Gino showed up in a game, filling his cameo quota for the next 20 years. I heard my friends talk so much about Baldur's Gate 3 that I might as well have played this game to 100% completion. Bluey got a video game that IGN was not a fan of, resulting in a swarm of adults getting mad at them for rating the children's game low. Anton Blast still isn't out, and I just have to sit here and wonder what I'm supposed to be doing with my life. F-Zero 99 hopefully opened Nintendo's eyes that people actually do enjoy the game the guy from Smash Bros. Is from. Warioware Move It was funny, and Risk of Rain Returns was fun. I played this with my friend Botan and got my ass kicked while he carried me. Same as Risk of Rain 2, but this time it's 2D. Okay, it's time for the big boys. When I'm picking a first-person shooter to play, I judge by 3 factors. Is the art style charming? Is it not disgusting to control? And how responsible will I feel when the team loses? Overwatch and Team Fortress are the easy additions to that list of first-person shooters I enjoy. And this year, Battlebit Remastered has joined that list as well. This game feels the most like an actual battlefield out of any shooter game I've played. There's more people shooting at me and with me than I know what to do with, so I have a lot of fun just scrambling around like a madman, missing 90% of my shots. And because I usually have over 100 teammates, I never feel too bad about losing. I tend to get very competitive in games that are like one-on-one, but the less I feel directly responsible for the outcome of a game, the better I'd feel when I close out of the game after a play session of repetitive losses. And most of the time I'm barely doing any objectives, just doing my own thing and shooting random people at will. Plus the game has open voice chat, which makes it a good and funny game.
What the heck?
Tears of the Kingdom was definitely one of the heavy hitters Nintendo brought out in 2023. A sequel to arguably one of their best games of the last decade, and you inject in some Banjo-Kazooie nuts and bolts in there? All of a sudden you got yourself a contender for Game of the Year. That being said, you may be surprised to find it so low on this list. Yes, it was definitely a smash hit game, and I had a lot of fun with it when I was super into it, but something about it didn't really hook me compared to the original. Tears of the Kingdom is great in its own right. It does a lot of things far better than Breath of the Wild. However, the story left very little impact on me, and I think it definitely brings it down on this list. I'm hoping that the next Zelda game is a bit heavier on the story, because that's probably the only thing missing from this game. But to be fair, Koga was in this one, and he had a little car, so how it didn't win Game of the Year confounds me. When you ask someone what their favorite roguelike is, they'll probably say like Enter the Gungeon or Hades, but never Manaspark. That being said, I have played 2 of these games, and I have to say that my favorite roguelike is neither of them. It's Have a Nice Death. The aesthetics, the characters, the soundtrack, the controls, the bosses, the variety, it's all so good. My only problem is that I'm, well, not very good at it. I enjoy it very much, and I'm probably going to go play it again after finishing this video. It's hard to talk about this game without feeling like a retread, because I already made a video about how much I love this game that's almost half an hour long. Go check out that video after this one, and then all of my other videos, and then hit the bell. I'm not sure if it even works, but people like putting it on the screen, so I'll do it too. Super Mario Bros. Wonder is fairly self-explanatory. It's a new Mario platformer that branches off so far from New Super Mario Bros. That you'd wondered how the series managed to stagnate for that long. Mario Wonder is a never-ending stream of ideas and gameplay mechanics and polish. Oh my god, this game is so fun! And then you add the Wonder Flower to every level, and that's when the game goes bonkers. Also, the online makes the game Dark Souls.
Boom, divorced.
Street Fighter 6 is undoubtedly the sequel to Street Fighter 5. Aside from Guilty Gear Strive, this was the big fighting game I invested a lot of time into. And then everyone I knew stopped playing Street Fighter 6. Personally, this game is great for E-Honda alone, but I have to give credit to Street Fighter 6 for being the first Street Fighter game I could play without having an aneurysm. I was just getting into fighting games when I played Street Fighter 5, and 6 was much easier for me to pick up. I wasn't playing modern controls or anything, I'm not a pussy. Anyways, it's good classic fighting game fun, and the story mode was also playable, I guess.
Stop! You know I'm allergic to polka.
Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2 is arguably one of the best games with the angry beavers in it. I did not expect to see Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2 outdo Smash Bros. At its own game in terms of control, but this game feels so much nicer to play, and the unique mechanics they add in allow you to get real fancy with your combos. The slime cancels remind me a lot of Guilty Gear, which is not a very unique opinion, but it's probably the combination of my favorite traditional fighting game mechanics, the platform fighter genre, and Nickelodeon characters that get me really excited for this game, and why I beat the single-player campaign in one sitting. That was a slog. If I had to describe my feelings on Pizza Tower in one word, it would probably be a colon followed by a capital D. I think that's a good representation of my feelings. Pizza Tower is buck-wild platforming at breakneck speed with silky smooth controls that are easy to understand and absolute nonsense to get a good grasp on. I fumbled like an absolute toddler when I first started playing Pizza Tower, and let me tell you that nothing feels better than memorizing the layout of a level and doing a clean run all the way through it. And then doing a second lap. And don't even get me started on the soundtrack. I added the Lap 2 music to my playlist and put it on while I was driving, and had to take it out of my playlist after my 5th speeding ticket. Pizza Tower gets in your head and makes you want to do nothing but open the game and try to become the unstoppable force you're so tantalizingly close to becoming. So, to summarize, good game.
Alright, I'm putting a stop to this!
Hi-Fi Rush was not nominated for Game of the Year, meaning I did not get to hear Too Big to Fail at the nominations orchestra. I am not happy about this. Hi-Fi Rush is undoubtedly my game of 2023. The way the game blends its beat-em-up mechanics seamlessly with rhythm game timing, the beautiful and expressive animations of the characters, the way that everything is synced up to the song playing in the background, every single tiny detail is so amazing, and every time I boot up this game to stream or just to play on my own, I am floored by how fantastic it is. I found myself struggling not to sing along to the music that's near perfectly synced up to the most hype moments of the game. Hi-Fi Rush is not just a well-made game, it's funny, engaging, and really makes you think about how you play rather than just mashing the same single-button combo over and over again. I really hope more games take inspiration from Hi-Fi Rush's aesthetic, because I am obsessed. Hi-Fi Rush is challenging battles set to absolute jammers that incorporate themselves into the gameplay, and it's undoubtedly my favorite thing I've played from this year. Also, Corsica is in it, which is a huge plus. Alright, I think this is going to be the end of the video. So, yeah, video games. Love that stuff. Follow my socials, become a member of the channel, join my Discord server, listen to my podcast, check out my streams, drink dirty tap water. I got nothing else to say, really. Also, send any fan art of the channel that you've made into the Discord server, or you can tag me on any of the social medias I have in the description, and I can slap it in here with your username. As long as it's not NSFW. Okay, I think that's everything. My name is Goose. I thank you very much for watching. And, make sure to wear deodorant, you stinky bastard. Now get lost!